Good evening, all. I welcome you to the Village Council meeting of Monday, August 8th, 2022. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Reed,
Present.
Commissioner Wade,
Present.
Commissioner Milovich Walters,
Present.
Commissioner Coe,
I'm here.
Mayor Mahoney.
Here. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You have in your packets this evening the minutes from the previous meeting on July 11th. Any questions or changes? If not, I would seek a motion to approve those minutes at this time.
So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion in a second, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Coe,
Yes.
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Yes.
Commissioner Reed,
Yes.
Commissioner Wade,
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney.
Yes, and motion carries. We have a few proclamations this evening, but proclamation that we passed this last meeting was in honoring the Women's Club's 120th anniversary. As you know, Palos Park is turned 100 in 2014. So the Women's Club is significantly older than the village.
I prefer more mature.
But I would like the group to get up so I can present it and we can take some photos. Whoever from the group would like to get up, and I will present some proclamation.
I think we're gonna need a bigger stage.
Oh, you need to get up too. Thank you. Yes.
Why don't you? Oh, you don't do pictures.
Reed.
That's good. I'm gonna move this way. to make more room.
In between like this.
Are we really gonna do the pyramid?
Let's not go in there. Just kind of squat down or something. Yeah, get everyone in. Please do this together.
Somebody going back.
Okay. Let's do squatting out. We gotta get.
You're just gonna look like Hansel Baker. You gotta get
I'm gonna sit in the back.
Can somebody move in the back a couple, like near the mayor? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works.
No, I'm not. Come on. Right in.
Probably
Yeah, one more balanced. Can we get all the faces now, or we want to?
I think so.
Smile.
Ooh, Charlie Chaplin.
I'm gonna present the plaque too.
Yeah, don't make him do it again.
You guys stay.
Don't leave us up here all.
Make copies.
Leave her alone.
Make sure you crop it so you don't get my yellow shoes.
I didn't even notice.
So serious.
Serious.
So you're long going shoes, right?
All right. Thank you so much for all you have done, the collective group, the generations of the collective group, all you've done for the village of Palos Park, our community, and all of our surrounding communities. Thank you, and congratulations for 120
Buttons. So
Awesome.
we have many of those
I'm
too.
gonna put it on
Yes,
right now, and hopefully I will not hurt myself.
And we thank you for this. We're sorry we missed the last meeting, but we're so thankful that you let us come back and get our.
It's great, we get to talk about it twice.
That's right. That's
Well,
all
we need-
important.
Honestly, the only thing I'd like to, I would just say, looking at the history has made us we've spent so much time now going back and looking at the history has just made us in awe of those first women who started this so long ago, and they were so involved with the village, and it's just such a neat, interesting little village to be involved in, so we're very glad to.
Well, I'm reading all the Facebook posts every day, all of the things. It's incredible, the history of the Women's Club and the accomplishments. I mean, it's very significant accomplishments over many years, so many generations contribute.
Well, this is a lady that is doing all the posts, so she
All her.
deserves a great deal of credit. When did you start? 120 days?
10 days ago.
Does one every day. And then the other person I would mention is Lucy Crisilla was a past president for 6 years, and she's our other historian that together they're putting together our celebration. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all. We honored our Palos Park veteran, 97-year-old World War II hero at the Taste of Orland on Saturday night. I was wearing my yellow shoes, and I got a comment from Mayor Pico and others that you'll be able to see me running in the dark. All right, we have two other proclamations today.
So much for the business of the village.
We'll give it a few minutes for those who want to leave to leave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Save me a seat at Francesca's.
Okay.
They're contributing to the coffers. Don't ask for the village discount. Phew. 5 minutes from the car.
So we have two other recognitions, and that is a proclamation regarding September 5th through 9th, 2022 as National Payroll Week, as well as to proclaim September 17th through 23rd, 2022 Constitution Week from the Daughters of the American Revolution Swallow Cliff Chapter. So, appreciate those. Consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine or been brought forward at the direction of the Board of Commissioners and will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Item A, to approve payment of membership dues to the Southwest Conference of Mayors in the amount of $6,000 for fiscal year 2023, which begins on July 1st, 2022. Item B, to adopt an ordinance declaring certain personal property owned by the village as surplus and authorizing the donation of same to Assistive Technology Exchange Network. The ordinance states the village's outdated IT equipment, which is no longer necessary or useful, and the best interest of the village will be served by the donation of same to Assistive Technology Exchange Network. Item C, to ratify payment of invoices and warrant list dated July 25th, 2022, in the amount of $114,615.55. Item D, to approve the payment of invoices on the warrant list dated August 8th, 2022, in the amount of $141,959.43. And finally, item E, to approve the supplemental warrant list dated August 8th, 2022, from annual checks, payroll, and recurring wire transfers in the amount of $416,009.96. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion in a second, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Rea?
Yes.
Commissioner Lubenthal?
Yes.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes.
Commissioner Polk?
Yep.
And Mayor Mahoney?
Yes, and motion carries. Any items of old business to be brought before the council at this time? Now we'll updates, Public Works and Streets, Recreation Report, Commissioner Walters.
Thank you, Mayor Mahoney. I have one item on the agenda. It's regarding our 2022 roadway and drainage improvements. Bids for the 2022 roadway and drainage improvements were taken on August 4th, 2022, and read at 10 a.m. There were 4 plans picked up and 4 bids submitted, and the project was estimated to cost $1,029,230, and the bids came in as listed below. Gallagher Asphalt, $1,358,530.90. Lindahl Brothers, $1,141,812. M&J Asphalt, $1,187,205. And K5 Construction, $1,100,252.90. The bids were checked. The low bidder is K5 Construction of Westmont. Though their bid of $1,100,252.90 was higher than the estimate, is the recommendation of Public Works Department the project should be awarded to K5. This is the first year of the 3-year, $3 million bond project. Anybody have any questions? If not, I'd like to make a motion to award the 2022 roadway and drainage project to K5 Construction in the amount of $1,100,252.90.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, will the clerk please call?
Commissioner Walters?
Yes.
Commissioner Wade?
Yes.
Commissioner Reed?
Yes.
Commissioner Polk?
Yep.
Mayor Mahoney?
Yes, the motion carries.
I just have one announcement. Chipper service, August 29th. The next chipper service will begin on Monday, August 29th. The chipper will start on the west side of the village and will continue east until all public streets have been serviced. The list of dates and regulations for the entire season are on the village website. Don't forget, nothing longer than 4 feet long, put the cut end facing the road, and do not put it out until the weekend, the night before, the Sunday before we start the chipping season. And that concludes my report, other than just a reminder, start putting it on your calendar, September 16, 17, Autumn in the Park. Put it on there so you don't forget, so you can come out and have some fun with the rest of us. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner. Building and Public Property Report, Commissioner Michael.
Thanks, Mayor. If you hire landscapers to work on your house this spring and summer, please remember that they need to be registered with the Village of Palos Park. The 2-page contractor registration form is to be filled out, certificate of insurance submitted, as well as a registration fee paid. Thank you for registering to work in the village. If you need assistance with the contractor registration process, please call 708-671-3733. In other news, the building department processed 23 permits from July 5 to August 2nd, resulting in $17,586 in permit fees. So keep those going. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner. Accounts and Finances Report, Commissioner Geraldine.
I do not have a report this evening, but thank you so much for remembering.
Absolutely. I have no report either. Clerk Aaron Nolan. Oh.
Ryan, you looked him out.
I was about to say, wait a minute, I think Poe comes before.
Oh, I was trying to circumvent him. No. Public Health and Safety Report.
I resign.
Commissioner Polk.
Okay, I'm walking with you, let's go.
All right, thank you, Mayor Mahoney. I think we'll start with the police activity report from the 25th of July through the 7th of August, year of our Lord 2022. 1,841 calls for service, so that's right around the average. Made 46 traffic stops, 13 moving violations, and an additional 5 adjudication tickets, as well as 36 speeding tickets. Took 16 case reports, unfortunately 6 accident reports. Arrested 2 adults, no juveniles, impounded no vehicles, and did another 22 citizen assists. So that's what the Palos Park Police Department's been up to for the last couple of weeks. I have a couple of quick announcements. We'll start with, this is not right. All right, I'll fix this. We'll start with an announcement about the next Coffee with a Cop, which is on August the 17th at 11 a.m. at the Plush Horse. You all know where that's at. Officer Flores is going to talk a little bit about the CERT program, which I'll come back to in a minute. He's our emergency management contact in the Palos Park Police Department, and he will be the guest speaker. But as always, we welcome the public, and we'd love to see you, hopefully get you a cup of coffee, and discuss anything that seems to be of concern to you, one way or the other. So speaking of the CERT program, which stands for Community Emergency Response Team, this is a team of generally village residents who've been specially trained and helped to serve in terms of managing disasters or other village emergencies within the village of Palos Park. We've had this plan to run this CERT program for interested citizens for the last couple of years. Some crazy viral infection interfered with that, but we're happy to say that it will be starting sometime in the beginning of September or so, and run, I think, somewhere around 6 or 7 consecutive weeks. Frank Flores, flores@palospark.org, is the lead coordinator for that. If you're interested, drop him an email. I know that there are at least 2 spots that are left on the left open for the program. So if you're interested in becoming CERT certified, C-E-R-T, Community Emergency Response Team, feel free to reach out to him. We've got another police activity that's occurring. The Palos Park Police Department has been supporting the Special Olympics for many years. And on August the 19th, from 5 in the morning until noon, at the Dunkin' Donuts just off of LaGrange, they will have another year of Cop on the Rooftop. It's our 20th anniversary, and we've had a lot of success, both in terms of increasing awareness as well as raising money. So again, Friday, August 19th, from 5 a.m. to noon, the law enforcement officers will not only be on the roof, but there'll be some down on ground level to not only accept your donation, but there may be some swag that gets handed out. I know for certain that there are coupons for free donuts. And depending on your level of support, we'll just leave it at that, there may be other swag available to you. So again, that's August the 19th, from 5 in the morning until noon at the Dunkin' off of LaGrange. And then finally, in concert with Commissioner Milovich Walters' announcement, Saturday, September the 17th, 123rd Street or McCarthy Road, depending on where you are, will be closed between 96th Avenue, which is LaGrange, and 80th Avenue from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. for the Palos Park Parade and the Autumn in the Park Festival, which will occur on the Village Green starting at about 11:30 noon or so. So there's alternate routes for traffic that are available both on the Palos Park PD website as well as the Palos Park website. If you have any questions, you can always give me a holler, dpolk, D-P-O-L-K, @palospark.org. Chief Miller was down there, but I don't see him at the moment. Or he wasn't, I just imagined it.
He was here.
Well, you know, a policeman's job is never done. So with that, I conclude my report. Thank you for letting me give it.
Thank you, Commissioner Polk. I have nothing this evening. Manager Bain, you have a few items.
I do have a couple items for the council. First is actually to recommend continuance of the new IT maintenance agreement. We do have some information that we've been gathering for the council to view, but we don't think that's it's not in the final form, or we're still interviewing a few companies. So we recommend that this matter be continued to the September 12th, 2022 council meeting.
I'll make the motion to continue it until which council?
September 12th.
September 12th.
Second.
Thank you.
Any questions? Hearing motion in a second, will the clerk please call roll?
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Commissioner Reed,
Yes.
Commissioner Wade,
Yes.
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney.
Yes, motion carries.
The other item I have is for the council's consideration is a ratification of the 2022 to 2025 agreement between the Village of Palos Park and Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Palos Park Police Chapter number 150. The current MAP contract expired on April 30th of this year. The village and the bargaining unit met and negotiated a new contract for a 3-year contract. At issue in this contract, as usual, are economic issues, wages, their investigation stipend, the fitness for duty, increase in uniform allowance, and some contract language and modifications, although minor. The major issue in here is the wage increase, and that's what is usually the sticking point of any discussions. The negotiated wage increases are for the first year on our fiscal year 23, 3.5%. Next year will be 3.25%, followed by 3.25% the final year. Investigations pay is a new stipend to be offered at $100 per month for the officer or officers that are assigned by the chief to do investigations or to that unit. It's usually one person, but sometimes the chief can assign more than one person. But it is on his, it's in his assignment that they are receiving the stipend. Uniform allowance is increased by $50 per year, and a new wellness incentive program, an officer can receive up to $200 per year, provided that they show receipt of gym membership, equipment purchase, and an annual physical, evidence that they have received an annual physical. If approved, this contract will expire on April 30th, 2025. The proposed wage structure will definitely keep the Palos Park police officer pay in a competitive range with other municipalities that we've looked at, that are their peer communities. So that's all I have, unless there's questions.
Questions or comments?
Commissioner Bowe,
Yes, sir.
you have any comments before I say?
Sure. So in the interest of transparency, since wages and benefits were a major issue for this contract, I just want to walk through a little bit about what the ultimate cost is to the village. So again, the contract is going to increase 3.5% in the first year, and that's retroactive back to May the 1st. We're in August now. So there's a small hit to the budget this year. Part of that's been budgeted for, part of that we'll have to take a look and see where we can come up with another $3,000 or $4,000. And then from current to next year, this is a little bit misleading because next year without a contract, the budget still would have increased because we have people on steps that get wage increases. But the increase is somewhere around $90,000. And then from year 1 to year 2, it's about another $70,000. And from year 2 to year 3, it's about another $73,000 or so. So it's a substantial commitment from both the village, and I appreciate that, particularly in these financial times where people are very concerned about the prices of things, that we were able to reach consideration at 3.5%, 3.25%, and 3.25% in terms of the increases over the next 3 years. So that's my straightforward comment. I'm happy to entertain other questions if there are any.
I was simply going to make, excuse me, I was simply going to make a comment to buttress what you have said. 10% increase over 3 years, 3.5, 3.25, 3.25. At the time that the budget we approved, the contract had not yet been finalized. However, contingency plans were made to try and forecast what the increase is going to be and the impact on the budget. After talking with Commissioner Polk and Manager Bay, I can say with confidence that the impact of the approval of this contract on the budget that we've just passed will be de minimis. To the extent there is a shortfall, it is anticipated that at the end of the fiscal year, there will be a surplus that will offset the shortfall. Historically, we've had surpluses at the end of our fiscal year. So I'm not concerned that there will be a negative impact if we approve this contract at this particular point in time on the finances of the village going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. I just have another quick comment. I mean, I really appreciate the effort that was put into this, particularly by the chief and by our village manager. While it sounds like a very straightforward proposal, it was not a straightforward journey to get to this particular point. Particularly given the alarming month-to-month inflation increases that happen. So I appreciate everybody's efforts. Both the union members as well as the negotiating team are very satisfied with this contract. It wasn't acrimonious at all. So I appreciate everyone keeping it professional and being able to move forward. And now we have a new contract going forward for the next 3 years. That's all I got. So I move to ratify the 2022-2025 agreement between the Village of Palos Park and the Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Palos Park Police Chapter number 150. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Commissioner Reed,
Yes.
Commissioner Wade,
Yes.
Commissioner Milovich
Yes.
and Mayor Ryan.
Yes, the motion carries.
I would just like to say one thing, because I wanted to wait till we were done voting. I just wanted to mention to those who may be watching, remember to shop, buy your gas, eat in town, shop at our Jewel, because the town gets a percentage of those taxes. We can't raise your property taxes to make up shortfalls that may occur. Luckily, we have been fiscally responsible and have had traditionally a surplus. But we all love our police department and what they do for us, how well they care for the members of our community and our residents. So to keep that caliber and that quality of officers working and wanting to be here in our town, we have to make sure we can afford to keep them. So please continue to shop in town. Sorry.
Thank you, Commissioner. No apology necessary. Very important words to say. All right. Announcements. A few. The zoning board of appeals meeting for August 10th is canceled. Historic preservation committee will not meet on August 16th as there are no agenda items. The library board will hold a regular meeting on Wednesday, August 17th at 5 p.m. in the library. The Palos Fine Arts Committee will hold their regular meeting on Thursday, August 18th at 4 p.m. at the Village Hall. Plan Commission will not have a meeting on August 18th as there are no agenda items. So very important for folks, electronic recycling event. We are having, with the support of our waste hauler, Republic Services, the Village of Palos Park will be holding an electronic recycling event on Friday, August 19th. The event is here in the Captor Center parking lot from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. or until that container is full. Once the container is full, no additional electronics will be accepted. There is a 2-item limit per household. This event is open to residents who reside within the corporate boundaries of Palos Park. Cars must have a current 2022 to 2023 Palos Park vehicle sticker to participate. Detailed information on what items will be accepted can be found on the village website, Facebook, and the flyers in our lobby. So August 19th is a big day. Had to cop on a rooftop early in the morning and then get to that recycling event. Citizens and visitors comment period. The audience like to speak this evening. Hearing no such requests, I would entertain a motion to adjourn at this time.
So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion and a second, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Polk, Commissioner Milovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Reed,
Yes.
Commissioner Wade,
Yes.
and Mayor Ryan.
Yes, motion carries. Thank you all and good evening.
Be safe out there.